Dear student, welcome back to our English class for class 8. How are you all? I hope all of you are fine and safe at your home and have a good preparation for your exam. Today's topic of our class is further analysis of changing sentences. We have already done one class on changing sentences. This is the second class. Exercise 7. Change the following sentences as directed in the brackets. So, no other thing is as useful as computer. Superlative. So, degree is not in your syllabus, but I think that it is necessary for your basic. At the same time, you cannot avoid that type of sentence at the time of writing. That is why I have included it here. No other thing is as useful as computer. This is positive sentence. You have to change superlative. When you are going to change the sentence, you have to keep in your mind what you have to eliminate from the sentence and what you have to add newly. So no other thing as useful as computer. This is positive sentence. If you want to change it into superlative, you have to eliminate or you have to delete no other from the sentence, and as you have to eliminate from the sentence. Then you have to start by this one, computer, then is, then the superlative form of the positive form. So the most useful thing, look here, useful, more useful, most useful. This is the superlative form. But here is one definite article, the, and you have to keep it in mind. And you change into superlative, then you have to add the before the superlative form of the adjective. So no other thing is as useful as computer. So computer is the most useful thing. Computer is the most useful thing. So you have to learn what to eliminate and what to add newly. I hope that you understood. Then every student needs computer. You know the rules of every mother loves her child. Okay, every students likes his studies. If you get every, then you have to, and if you are asked to make it negative, then you have to delete every, and in place of the every you have to replace there is no, then but, there is no, then but. So look here, every student needs computer. There is no student but needs computer. So if you keep one sentence in your memory, then you can easily do that one, matching that type of example with that. For example, if you keep every mother loves her child, yeah, then you know the answer. There is no mother but loves her child. So if you get the sentence like this, then you will change in that way. So it is very good to keep in your memory one example of changing sentence, not the rules. If you know the example and if you keep it in your mind, then you can change it easily. A poor student cannot buy it. So we'll make it interrogative. You know, in case of changing into interrogative, you have to keep in your mind. If the sentence is positive, you have to. If the sentence is affirmative, you change into negative interrogative. If the sentence is negative, you change into interrogative affirmative. So a poor student cannot buy it. This is the negative sentence. So we have to do it affirmative interrogative. So can a poor student buy it? Can a poor student buy it? Then there will be the sign of interrogation. Sometimes you forget to give the sign of interrogation. There will be the sign of interrogation. Then it is one of the greatest invention of science. I already told you in earlier class also. If you get one off and if you are asked to make the positive sentence in place of one of, you use very few. So very few is here. Very few. mm it is one of the greatest invention of science. Make it positive. So not very few invention of science are as great as it. As it is the inventions, also there will be the plural verb are. It is not is. Keep it in mind that after the very few, always plural subjects, and there will be the plural verb. It was not invented overnight. It is the passive. Sometime I told you there is nothing by. It was not invented overnight by scientists. It was not invented overnight by the people. There is nothing like this one. So you don't know who was invented. So you can write here scientist, or you can write here no one. So no one invented it overnight. Okay, or you can write the scientist. A scientist didn't invent it overnight. The scientist didn't invent it overnight. As there is we use here no one, that is why no auxiliary is used. That is why no auxiliary is used. Let's go for the next one. Television is one of the most common sources of entertainment. One of the rule I already told you. It is a costly item. So it is the opposite word we have to use because we are asked to change it negative for B. The opposite word of costly is cheap. So it is not a cheap item. For negative, there is not. We are entertained by it. Very easy, active. It entertains us. It entertains us. I told you earlier also, observing the auxiliary verb, you will decide what type of tense is used in this sentence. As are is there, so we can easily guess that it is present indefinite tense. So it entertains, there will be the S because it is present indefinite tense. Everybody learns many things by watching television. Everybody, you know the rules of everybody. There is nobody but learn many things by watching television. So next one, who doesn't like a good program? You know also the rules of who. If you want to change into affirmative, who will be replaced by everybody or everyone. Next, go for the next exercise. Change the following sentence as directed in bracket. A mobile set is light to carry. Interrogative. Um, Interrogative, you know, I already told you affirmative, negative, interrogative, negative sentence, affirmative, interrogative. So, isn't a mobile set is light to carry? If I asked you to change that one into negative sentence, then you have to change in that way. A mobile set is not heavy to carry. It is not expensive. Affirmative. Opposite word expensive is cheap. So it is not cheap. Affirmative. It is cheap. Only a weak person use it for evil purpose. So for evil purpose, no need to hit your attention there. You only look. Only a weak person uses it. So uses, it is the present indefinite tense. So it is uses. It is used. It is used by, it is used by only a weak person for evil purpose. It is used for different purposes. It is used for different purposes by people or by us, but there is no people or no us, but you have to hire it. So you have to write people people use it for different purpose. No other thing is as useful as mobile set. Superlative. No other thing is as useful as mobile set. Superlative. You know the rules of no other. We have already done one example earlier. Let's go for exercise 10. A train journey is very enjoyable. Negative. So you have to use the opposite word. Enjoyable. What is the opposite word of enjoyable? Boring. So a train journey is not boring at all. So we have to write here at all as very is there. So her train journey is not boring at all. It is cheaper than any other journey, superlative. So than any other, it is for comparative, so it will be there. So you have to write it is the cheapest. It is the cheapest journey. Okay. Then it removes monotony, passive. It removes monotony. So as removes, it is the present indefinite tense. So monotony is removed by it. A train journey is more pleasant than any other journey. No other journeys, it is done. We have done like this one. So I already told you, you have to keep in your mind what you have to delete or eliminate, and what you have to add newly, you have to keep in your mind when you are changing the degree. So no other you have to eliminate, as you have to eliminate. Okay, then you have to start in that way. Train runs faster than a bus, interrogative. Doesn't. So it is the affirmative sentence, so it will be the negative interrogative. Doesn't a train runs faster than a bus. Let's go for next exercise. Change the following sentence as directed in the bracket. Air pollution is the most serious of all pollution. So the most is for superlative, positive. No other pollution is as serious as air pollution. Of all also will be there. It will be eliminated. It is more harmful than most other pollution, superlative. More harmful than most other. So this is for comparative. You have to eliminate that one. You have to write it is the most harmful pollution. Only man is responsible for this, negative. If you know, if you get the only, and it is used before the person, so you have to use none but. If it is used before the things, you have to write nothing but. If it is used before number, you have to write not more than or not less than. So only man is responsible for this, so you have to write none but. Man is responsible for this. It causes many fatal diseases, passive. Many fatal diseases, as it is causes. So it is the present indefinite tense. So many fatal diseases are caused by it. There is nobody but needs few year. You know the rules of there is nobody but. There is nobody but will be replaced by everybody. Next, go for exercise 12. Poila Boishakh is the biggest festival for the people of Bangladesh. Positive. No other festival is, as you know already, that one we discussed. Following that rule, you will change that one. People wear their traditional dress on this day. So you have to change it passive. When you are changing passive, you try to identify the subject and the object and try to forget the other things, because no need to change the adverb or anything else. You just have to copy it after changing. So you go for the subject. Subject is here people, and object is traditional dress. So and the tense is where, so it is in present tense. Traditional dresses, it is dresses here. Traditional dresses were owned by people on this day. So look here, people look very cheerful. You know the negative word of cheerful. Very look, you have to make it negative. So you have to write people don't look sad at all. So the opposite word of the cheerful is sad, so you have to write sad. There is nobody but attends Boishakhi Mela. There is nobody but, so you know that there is nobody but rules, so you have to replace there is nobody but with every. So everybody attends a Boishakhi Mela. There is nothing unpleasant in a Boishakhi Mela. This is interrogative. So is there anything? Nothing will be changed into anything when you change into interrogative. So is there anything unpleasant in Boishaki Mela? This is the SW for you. You will practice that one. People forget their miseries for the time being. Interrogative. Very easy, you know. How to do this one? It is affirmative, so you have to make it negative interrogative. Different types of sweets are prepared on Eid. Active. Different types of sweets are prepared on Eid. So object is missing by us or by people. So you have to arrange that one to change into active. People do not wear old clothes on the occasion of Eid. Old clothes will be replaced by new cloth. Then you change. Environment is polluted by it. It is easy. You can do it. It is not good for health. So opposite word of good is needed. Smoking costs more money. Negative. Okay. More money will be replaced. More will be replaced by negative word. Our big day is a memorable day. Negative. Okay, memorable will be replaced by the negative word. People cannot but observe the day. You know the cannot but rules of the cannot but. Like this one, men cannot but die. Okay, cannot but replaced by must. I told you here. Everyone remember the martyrs. Passive. It is easy. We observe the day in our school. Interrogative. So it will be negative interrogative as the sentence is affirmative. She looks very cheerful. I already told you the opposite word of the cheerful. So you'll practice that one. I think it will help you a lot. You also practice from the test paper and your uh, exercise book or health book that are available at your hand. We'll then do any more changing sentences classes. We'll go for creative writing in our next class. Until then, wait for the next class. Allah Hafiz.